Right, this Robinson 04 that I've got running today, I pulled out, hasn't run for a while. I've had it since 2012. I'll show you the engine rather than the box. I hope I've got enough battery power. There she is. It's a 280 from Batman. I say I've had it since 2012, so that's what, 12 years now. And I run this just before I filmed it, and it kept stopping, you know. And I wasn't happy with that, obviously. It was stopping, and I thought, what's wrong with that? Is it pickups? I cleaned the wheels with some white spirit. It stinks of white spirit in here now. Didn't make any difference. I thought there's only two options left. Look at how smooth that's going over them points. It was stopping there, and it was stopping back here as well. I thought it was just because it was been stuck in a box. No. So it was a case of checking the back-to-backs with my trusty back-to-back measuring tool to make sure that the wheel clearance is right, and also the pickups, which it picks up from the 2, 4, 6, 8 driving wheels. There is a wire connection between the tender and loco, but that's purely for the decoder to send signals. There's no pickups from the tender wheels on this model. So yeah, I bent out all the pickups on it carefully. It's not hardwired to the chassis, so that's good. You can actually take it out and bend them back. And I'll check the back-to-backs. It was a little bit tight, so I loosened them up, so that improved things. And the main thing is the pickups have been bent out, pushing hard against the backs of the wheels. And now look at her going lovely over the points, and I think that was the cause of it. It's a bugger to get the keeper plate back on, because the front screw, 3 screws holding that thing on, holds the bogie wheel in place and the spring underneath it, and you've really got to have patience and good eyesight to get that screw in, and don't tighten it up all the way, because the bogey's got a pivot. It's a funny arrangement. You would have thought they would have had a separate screw for that, but they've come up with this. Anyway, in spite of all that, she's running beautifully now. Look at that. And I'm running at a nice slow speed. I did film it before, but I scrapped that video, so it seems to be running beautifully on this mini freight train. It's you would have seen these on the Great Central. I think the real things were built at Horwich and where else did I think? Galton Works, wherever that is. And some went to Australia. There are a couple over there, and there is one preserved. Last I heard of that, it's at the National Railway Museum. I think that's number 63601. It was on a Great Central, but I don't think it's there. I think it's gone. It's out of steam, and it's currently in the National Collection somewhere. Could be in one of their outbuildings, could be anywhere. So yeah, I've never seen it run. Probably never likely to, but a good substitute is this model, and yeah, it's running beautifully now, absolutely beautifully. Oh, it's a track, but I've cleaned the wheels up with white spirit, so all that's going to go down on its service record, and we'll stop it and take in some of the great detail on this. So sorry about the camera, I'm trying to do 2 things at once, so slow it down. Oh, look at that, she slows down lovely now. I could run that slowly over the points, and there's a little plastic bit there where there's no pickup, and that will mean that it's picking up from all these 8 wheels. Let's see, look at that, running beautifully now, straight over there. Oh yeah, there's something I want to show you on this model. These coupling rods, these here, or connecting rods or piston rods, this particular one here, let's get my screwdriver, I want to point something out to you. Where it's gone, my yellow one, hold on a second, we'll have to use this. Right, this will do. Right, sorry, this piston rod here, right, this one going along here on this driving wheel is bent, but it's not. It's been bent at the factory deliberately to all that muck there, to take in the angle at these cylinders. You see, so it's not a factory error or anything like. It's deliberately bent like that at the Batman factory, and the other side's the same, although I can't show you. Now that's one thing I wanted to point out. It's got a heavy die-cast boiler and chassis plate, all metal, very heavy. Fabulous backhead detail on the loco. You got all the wheels and that there showing. My crew obscuring some of it, but yeah, all those wheels to shut off the boiler and that, and the pipe work picked out. Even the flooring's picked out with like plywood. White cab. There's some stanchions missing off of this. It would have come down from the side here, between there and there. Sort of like rods missing. I think they're in the box. I couldn't get them back on. Goes between there and there. They hold something for the crew to hold on to. Stanchions, right? It's a little thin piece of wire that's come off. You've got the handbrake reverser modelled there on the tender. Handbrake handle, which is here. This. Screw that down. Nicely detailed. Coal load, which I believe is removable. It's metal. The tender body is plastic, but the chassis is metal. The decoder fits inside there. 21 pin decoder. I've got the lace one. That's the BR logo, the late one, insignia. Sprung buffers. It's got spoke wheels on the back of the tender. The axle box is nicely picked out. Now, the sandpipes going up to the wheels, very nice. Can we get a what's name on that? There's a lot of muck on this one, isn't there? What does that say? Anyone read that? If it's legible or not. Try and zoom out. No, not gonna have it. It's a builder's plate anyway. All right, and I can't read it. Yeah, it's just fabulous detail. It's got the turned metal, what do you call these now? They're for the boiler. They're the safety valves, that's it. And the whistle behind, which is also metal. Brass turned, very nice. And lots of fine pipe work there, all separately fitted. Alright. So there's a bit of muck on this. I'll have to get it off. Let's have a look at the front, and then we'll set her off again. It's got a shed plate on there, which I can't read at this angle. Can't read it. No. The camera's out. We'll try and pick it up when it comes round. So let's set her off again with a toot of the whistle. So this is the Robinson 280 wheel arrangement. Look at that. It wasn't doing that before. Lovely slow start. Just imagine the chuff chuff noise picking up as it goes off. That is much improved. Running, looking after models and all that, you know, you have to keep them maintained, and you know, things happen. It's possible that those brass wipers that, I'll get that back in focus, those brass wipers on the bottom were never set right from the factory, because you can imagine they're churning quite a few of these out and they don't necessarily bend them right, and you could do that yourself, you know, but you need the patience, good light and good eyesight, which my eyesight's failing, but I still managed to do it. Patience is the biggest asset in model railways. Patience, and then more patience, and more after that. Alright, if you've got that, you can wind up with something like this, and this is just a test track. Wait till the proper thing is set up. So here she comes, and we'll stop here we'll stop it just at the front. The brakes are going on, and as it slows down, and we'll zoom in on the front of it at another angle. There you go, red painted buffer beam. I think it needs the accessories fitted to it now, which I might do. So I'll get this to zoom in. There you go. Look at that. So it's got the BR smoke box number on it, which is 63601. Eyes deceiving me. So yeah, 63601. That is the preserved one. I didn't realise. Okay. And yet I didn't spot that. Can't read the shed plate there. That's that sort of semicircular thing in white underneath the smoke box door. Slightly out of focus. Yeah, and the oval shaped buffers I like, you know. But yeah, there's a few. I'll fit the detail pack on, and the wheels look all on the track now. So what we'll do, it's in the unlined black, by the way. These were never carried lined BR black. That's the red and white stripes. So insert the whistle, set her off. That is much better. And it's only a 3-pole motor on these. Off she goes, and we'll give her a bit of welly this time. Just show you she can shift. I will have to get that muck off of her though. I don't know how it got there. It might be because I put all that. It's got a bit of blue, white spirit on it. I'll take it up to about 40. And this is be on the wing cutter trains. I think when the Great Central had that, wing cutter trains were all 12-ton mineral wagons that used to run on the Great Central. About 30 or 40 of these sort of 12-ton mineral wagons. This one here, see that one there? About 40 or 50 of them rumbling through on freight coal wagons hauled by these. They were called wing cutters. They made a terrible racket as they came through the station. I would have loved to have seen it, but Great Central recreated that a few years back. They managed to find some of these 12-ton mineral wagons, mainly in grey, from steelworks and redundant areas, because most of them have been cut up. There were thousands of them once, but very rare now. So they managed to patch weld quite a few of these up and got a train together. I would have loved to have seen it, but I think there's one on YouTube. I'll tell you what I'd do. If I can find a film of it running, I'll upload it. The one on the Great Central, okay? But yeah, look at that. I mean, it's still not very fast, but she's doing 39 miles an hour, according. I've just given it a bit more welly. Look at that detail. I should have oiled the cog, but I didn't. While I had the keeper plate off, I should mean. The motor gear drive. Yeah, she's running beautifully now. Anyway, that's the Robinson Batman 02 from 2012.